go, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, and today in my T-42 once again on Malinovka, bottom tier in a tier 10 battle. I have so many glasses. I have one here, I have one on my, I don't know, I should put some on top of my hat as well. What do you do bottom tier, my friends? This is a good one to talk about because bottom tier is not easy in this game, especially as a tier 8 against 10s. The good news is this is about as bad as it will get. 4, maybe 5 tier 10s in your tier 8. The rest are 9s and 8s, things you can handle. So you want to be useful. That's been a bit of a theme lately on the channel, which means you have to be a bit careful. But what are my advantages? Disadvantages are low hit points for the tier, right? Tier 10. Not a lot of armor on the T-42. Don't really hit very hard. All disadvantages. Advantages, relatively decent mobility. I am in a medium if you're bottom tier. Bottom tier heavy is a little tougher because you'll have less options in repositioning and getting around the map. This is a pretty large map, so my mobility is going to be a bit of an asset. Are tier 10 mediums and tier 9 mediums more mobile and agile? Generally, yes. But that is an advantage over some of the other big guys. We're going to take a bit of a pause right there and just shoot into the usual sniper bush, into the usual spotting bush, actually. I don't think I hit anything in there. So I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to be careful. That's the general theme of bottom tier. Useful, but careful. That means you have to be near the fight. You have to be with the front lines. I actually get spotted right there. Kind of blew my mind. I'm not really sure how that happened. I'm assuming the ELC even 90 actually went. Let's just talk about that real quick before I get back to what I was talking about. When you get spotted, you got to look at the map and go, where are the general possibilities? Look at where your tanks are, where your scouts are, and go, all right, more than likely it was here. I would say it's this central ridge, which is right out here. There's a bush that an ELC even 90 can drive right up to and get in, and nobody will see it unless you've got another scout countering. Maybe where the Jagdtiger is, although Iron Arnie got nuked, so more than likely he got lit by that guy. Could be somebody down this bush down here, but not spotting me where I am. Potentially could have seen the Iron Arnie get up there, but I really think there's a light tank right in the middle, right over here. So noted, that's where I think he is. I'm going to go off to the right of this ridge and not get shot in the side. There's no arty, so I don't have to worry about dodging or anything. So back to the usefulness and what we're going to do. I'm watching what we have going up the hill, and it's not looking great. I mean, there's a G-SOR and a 103, and there goes our Panzer 7. They've got an IS-4, a couple Lions, some other heavies. The T-30s are really worrisome. If they go up the hill, we're in big trouble. The T-30s are absolute monsters. If they can keep their hold down positioning, they're very difficult to take on. The Lions sitting here, the FV 4005. We have a 103 finally coming up behind me there. We have a considerable number of tanks down in at our cap, the T-30 being one of them. Great place for a T-30 to be up here. But I'm watching the 103 and I'm starting to consider, and we'll talk about this as we go, thought process and what I'm thinking about. All right. I hate to give up the 103 and not be up there and helping him, but I just did not want to show up there and have two Lions, you know, an IS-4, maybe the 268, and the T-30s all show up, the CC-1 Mark 1 and start gunning me down. But I'm noticing that we've actually taken the high ground and we've kind of got him pushed back. I wish I had moved earlier on this one, but I am going to sit here much longer than I would have liked. Hindsight being 20/20, of course. Because what I was really expecting to have happen to my team is them get rolled up by that push. There's all their beef. They got their IS-4. There's an IS-3. There's the T-30. At least one of them has come up the hill. I think the CC Mark thing, no, he's actually camping. He does not show up. That's a good thing. But I'm kind of watching this, and I can only watch it from the mini-map. And I'm thinking, well, when do I need to get up there? Our guys are doing a pretty good job, and I am zero help. All right? So I think I needed to start moving up there much sooner. I may have actually drugged the Lion and the FV up with me if I'd have started headed up that way. I'm looking for any shots, and completely and utterly useless on this part of the battle. So I should have leveraged the medium tank's speed. I should have gone up and been much closer to support these guys. And if they started to die quickly, I easily could have got away. All right, so bad on me. The whole first, almost 4 minutes now of this battle was a complete waste on my part. So let's get up there. Now, what I'm talking about, lower tier, getting up near the front and fighting, is you got to be very careful. If you have enough guys around you, you can be that annoying guy. Because what are some of the other advantages of the medium tank? especially if you're bottom tier, we're going to reload faster. Even if your alpha and your DPM is not amazing, you're going to generally reload inside the other big tanks, higher tier tanks reload times generally, and that's going to give you opportunities to get shots in, track guys, and such. Now I got lit by the 103, and I'm sort of expecting maybe to get shot from down below, but I get a cheeky shot on that guy, and that kind of makes him think about moving up. So now we're getting pressed a little bit. I'm just going to try to help put a shot at the IS-4s. Never going to pin. The 103 is doing pretty well. The Panzer 7's doing pretty well. Even this G-SOR is being a bit cheeky with these guys. I catch him kind of poking out. And I'm going to sort of abuse this M103 because I know his top of his turret's pretty weak and he's got a fairly large hatch. And I'm a little bit looked down, or at least level, and I'm not looked up at least. That's giving me some serious opportunities. The G-SOR makes a bit of a foolish move right there. Now this guy's not looking at me, he's looking at the G-SOR. Unfortunately, we lose the G-SOR. Really wish he hadn't done that. Gets over there and gets clip-itis, tries to take everybody down. And I'm sort of checking now as I fight this. Alright, so we lost the tank. Another cheeky shot on top. I'm watching what's going on because there's only 2 left up here, but look at this. It looks like they're doing some good work on the IS-4 and the T-32, and the IS-3 is backed off. Very nice. So I'm not loving it, but I'm really hoping these guys will come up and help, because if they come up here and help, we're probably going to take this hill. Although we are down tanks. So I'm kind of watching that happen too. See the Camp Fest going on down below? They haven't even lit anybody. Someone's clicked on a spot saying, hey, there's somebody over here. Fantastic, dude. Why don't you go find them or do something? I mean, a Leopard, a Tortoise, a T-30, a T-32. It's no wonder we're down 4 tanks. But now we're starting to make some moves. We got rid of the IS-4. That's a good kill. And we still have our Panzer 7, which is nice. Oh, geez. The ST-1 is up here. That's where I looked at and went, well, that's not great. I'm not going to be able to do anything on that lower place. But let's move up. It looks like, look at this. Holy cow. We took it. All right, let's leverage it. Let's go ahead and try to break down the ST-1, 103, and the IS-3's position and clear off the hill. We'll work that together. We got multiple guys going in. Just word for the wise, my friends, there's probably guys hanging out down here, and every time you highlight yourself, it feels like a great spot to shoot down on top, which it is, but it's also vulnerable to shots from below. So take your shot and back out. The 103 is paying the price heavily for that. Gets absolutely mollered. So I'm going to come around this way unseen, and I'd like to jump in there and be able to do some shots. I'm kind of zooming up to see where is this IS-3. The Panzer 7, that's not great. He takes some big hits, and I'm just sitting here. Just sitting there. There's another opportunity lost. I should have pushed in and lent my hit points to the Panzer 7 and the rest of them who were taking on those guys down there. Bad on me. Take a cheesy shot, back out so I don't get shot from down below. So, like every game, there's good and bad. Waited way too long to get up there and help. Did some okay work coming in there, getting some shots. A little bit late, lending my HP and helping out, but then I noticed the ELC even 90. Cannot let this guy get in behind us and start breaking down all of our guys down at the cap and getting shots that save things like the 4005 right there and giving them a huge advantage. The other thing is, remember, we've seen multiple videos on this. We do not want to come off this hill low hit points into their campers back here in the northwest corner. Just not a good idea, and I don't think our guys do that very much. They own this. They've got everybody up here. There's no reason for me to hang out up there. And right now, what I can do for the team is get rid of the ELC even 90. What's funny is he sees me right here, and I don't see him. I'm going to speed it up. I go through here, and I'm thinking I may have to actually proxy light this dude to see him. In fact, I probably do. That surprised me. I went straight to the corner and went, okay, what does that mean? What that means is more than likely he was not on this right side of the map as we're looking at it here on the screen. He was over on the left edge, and I just happened to go by him and not proxy. That means one of these bushes around over here is where he is. So when I come back, I'm going to shift a little bit to the left here and try to proxy light this dude if he's hanging out on the edge. I'm looking at where our tanks are and where our vision extends, and I'm fairly confident there's nobody. I'm not 100% confident. I'm fairly confident there's nobody over here where the T-30 is. I'm certainly confident there's nobody up here with the FV. I'm worried about this promontory right here where our Batchat 12T is dead. Very worried about somebody being there and shooting me. So I just push on in here. And lo and behold, it does take a proxy light to find this dude. All right, he's seen me. Great. He's in here somewhere. Where is he? Holy cow, he's a little dude. Holy macaroni. Ah, there he is. All right, dude's right there. He gets hit, ram him, takes some more damage. Kind of scrape along to add some of the damage. We'll back up, get an auto aim. Again, push in, try to do a little damage from wiggling the front of the tank. Continue to make different contact points, and that will shed off hit points as long as you're heavy enough compared to them for the ramming damage stuff. And now I'm going to bail back over here. I didn't get shot in the side, so I'm pretty certain there's nobody on that promontory. And now what is the plan? We're going to head off this way. I thought about going back up to the top, and it looks like there's a bit of a push trying to go after some of our low hit point guys. Not a bad plan, really, on the enemy team's side right there, because we've got the JT, very low hit point Panzer 7 hanging out up there. Note there's no artillery, so low hit point tanks, it's okay if they get lit, provided they don't get hit and pinned. That's what they want to avoid. And I'm kind of looking in the middle of the map going, yeah, all right, decision time. Somebody's going to have to get down in there. So we head up the hill, and I change my mind. So we're going to go down. I get lit. That surprised me a little bit, and it's starting to make me think the Borovsk is somewhere nearby. So we'll come back down this way. I was going to cut straight across and go for the promontory, but because I got lit a little further up, I figured he was trolling around in the middle somewhere, and I didn't want to get any shots coming across. And the further you come this way, watch the draw ring over here in their campers positions down here at about what the 2 and 3 column, where they can hang out in these bushes. Once your draw range gets in there, they can shoot from over here into you. So if you're spotted, you can take some shots. So I'm really hoping I can get into this spotting position. There we go. All right, so there's a lion. We knew about him. The Borovsk is really our biggest trouble. If we can get rid of the Borovsk, we're going to have at least even spotting capability. I get lit. That surprised me a little bit. So I'm like, all right, you bloody Borovsk, where are you? Could be in the middle, don't know. Pop up here. I was sort of expecting maybe... Oh, there he is. Exactly where I thought he was. Exactly where I thought he was. Put a shot on him. Now, he makes a bad mistake. He dives down in there. This is going to give me an opportunity. I'm getting assist for this, and there's shot on the guy. I track him. I'm really hoping one of these campers back here can take this dude down. Just about reload. Oh, there we go. Scorpion G nukes him as he comes up and over. And that, folks, is a huge advantage for us right there. Now, they've got 2 lions, and they've got a lot of big TDs who can hang out in the bushes. So we still have to be careful with how we break down this defense. But we've hurt them because their last scout-type tank is gone. I took that shot for 2 reasons. To knock down the thing that's in the way, the building that's in the way, and see if I could get a shot later. And to find out if I get lit. If I get lit, then I have a good understanding that there's probably somebody on their other promontory. If I don't get lit, that means I have a much more permissive situation right here, and I can kind of come up here and take shots like this on that guy. We'll add 327 to the back of him. Didn't get lit. I do make a courtesy backup. Remember, the battlefield is dynamic. Just because you took 1 shot and didn't get lit doesn't mean somebody moves up into position where they can. So if you have a reload, you might just kind of courtesy back up and then come forward. I'm just not able to get a light on him. He's too far. He's too low against the terrain. Now I'm starting to consider, all right, what do we do here to further break this down? We had some guys move across. So we're getting some guys lit in the middle. There's 2 of their tanks. Their third one, Lion, right there. That leaves 4. That's quite a bit. Probably all back in the back here. What is on this promontory, if anything? That's the big question. I really want to make this move across the water, down low, and come up on the ramp. If I can get up on that ramp, then we add a huge chunk of vision into the middle part of the map, into the middle northwest of the map, which is going to be hugely important to us in really breaking down the defense. So I'm like, yep, that first little move was to see if I get lit. I just went out in the open. Just pop the turret over and see if there's somebody in those bushes. Oh shit, well, somebody did see me. That's interesting. I did get pretty far, though, and I'm going to eat a big hit. I kind of knew I would. I mean, there's some big guns over there. I thought maybe I'd get away with it, but I'm about to get slapped by one of the T-30s. All right, great. He low-rolled 708. That's helpful. I'll take it. Kind of expected that dude to turn around. He didn't. He's hanging out behind the rock. He's got bigger fish to fry. Looks like the Leopard and the Taurus have him busy. That's part of the calculus right there, but there was certainly a T-30 with nothing to do that saw me crossing and was able to get a shot. I'll be honest, I'm still not sure where he was. Might have been in these bushes right here a little bit lower, because I'm going to come up high right here, kind of take a peek, See if we can see anything. Nothing happened. Okay, let's come up. We'll just try to take a shot on this guy. There we go. Right into the back. Courtesy backup. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe it was the 268 that saw me. There he is right there. Big old slap, and I get all of that assist. That's very juicy. I did get lit. Let's back out. Probably fortunate to not eat another shot from Mr. T30 wherever he's hanging out. There's the CDA. Very good. So now we're just slowly spotting him, and now that we've got them kind of in a constrictor hold, we own 3/4 to 2/3 of the map now. It's still dangerous to peel them out of this forest, though. You look at it, we have a lot of low hit point tanks, and we're going to lose some of them along here as well. And again, I can probably take a hit from the lion, but I can't take 2 hits from the lions, and I can't even take a hit from the T30. So one of them gets lit. Don't see him. There's the T30 that got me, so let's go ahead and just armor not hit on him. Looks like it went to the right into the track area. We'll get a nice zoom in here. I didn't get lit, so I'm going to hang out. We'll shoot him once. Will I get the reload and the kill? Probably not. There's a lot of guns in the game. Oh, nope, not quite. And now I've got to break this down further. Really, third mistake, I think I probably could have pushed in, but the problem is, how do you do it? Do I just bail straight down through this V right here? I don't know, maybe. There's a possibility I get lit coming in and killed before anyone gets lit up. So if you're gonna rush into something like that and try to light them, you gotta consider whether or not you could get killed before you even light anything up. So your approach matters. That's probably not the best approach. The best approach really is maybe to come up here to the right of the line and then dive in. But even so, a spotter up in these trees here that doesn't shoot and allows the guys back here to kill you, this is a tough one. It really is. I see the 4005 moving up. He's got a lot of hit points. To be honest, I'm like, all right, let's see if somebody shoots him. Maybe he'll light him up. Tortoise is getting thumped. That lets me know that somebody is seeing him. Pay attention to that. You'll notice my camera work as I'm sort of looking around. I also zoom out like I do a lot just to kind of see more of the terrain, especially if something gets lit. It's for me easier to see somebody get lit on the screen rather than constantly stare down at the minimap. I'll catch that before I'll catch the minimap, but the minimap is in my cross check. That's unfortunate. And now I'm watching this go down. I'm like, well, we got to get something going on here. And I think the 4005 really realized it. He had the hit points. There he goes. Fantastic. Goes in there, finds the T30. Big old hit on him. Nicely done right there. Slaps the T30. Just keeps trucking too. This is extremely important, guys. We've got a kill right here. Just kidding. I'm going to screen not penetrate. Lion is on low hit points, and look at the 4005, man. Just making it happen. Use those hit points. And what else did he get out of that? He got some assist out of that, guys. Just pushing in there, using his hit points and his votes to get more assists. I rushed the shot. I wish I would have waited just a couple potatoes later because I would have got that last kill. We ended up with 3,162 damage, 239 assists. Just wanted to show you my thought process on that on a bottom tier tank. Things you can do, things you can think about. Mistakes were made, right? It's not always a perfect game. It's important to talk about where you probably did some things wrong or you could have been a little bit better. At that last part, I kind of wish I'd have gone in with the 4005. Once I saw him going in, I should have gone in there too. Might have got me dead, but might have also got me a few more assist points, maybe even some shots. One thing to think about, final thing to think about, when you are attempting to get those last few shots, the closer you are, the better, because if you're closer, it takes less time for your shell to get there. And I have been beat out on last-minute shots like that just because somebody got closer and their shell got there first, right? You take that shot, you can still see it traveling. They blow up because the closer tank was able to kill them first. All right, guys, there you go. T42, bottom tier, medium, thoughts and things to think about. Thanks for tuning in. We will see ya.